Okay, friends, Sean from SGT Report here. It's time for an update to my last video about the horrific fires in Paradise and Malibu, California, and surrounding areas. I have some new information thanks to a friend and viewer, and it will outrage you almost as much as this clip from CBS News probably did.
State fire officials are investigating what caused the fire, but we do know that electric company PG&E experienced a problem with an electrical transmission line near the site of the fire minutes before it broke out.
That's right, these hell-on-earth, unprecedentedly destructive and fast-moving fires were likely caused by a PG&E problem. The same PG&E which includes Roger H. Kimmel, the vice chairman of Rothschild, Inc., among its team leadership. This is the very same PG&E whose vice president of regulations, Brian K. Cherry, penned an email in 2011 with the subject being space weather.
So it says reference, space weather, from Brian Cherry. Just a reminder, we are the first to propose a solar generator in space that will beam RF waves down to a receptor site and convert it to DC current. We have changed our receptor site from the Mojave Desert in California to Sebastopol, California.
Sebastopol, home to PG&E's new RF wave receptor site in 2011, the same Sebastopol that in October 2017 experienced unprecedentedly furious and fast-spreading fires that came out of nowhere with no warning in the middle of the night and surrounded people in their homes from Sebastopol to Santa Rosa.
Too many fires in two locations all at once, all burning, as if set on fire at once. Nowhere did I see videos of areas catching on fire and spreading. Though it may have happened, all I knew and saw was literally that everything was on fire at the same time. And that's what the videos show. And I saw that night, and I was befuddled. I was befuddled with these fires just everywhere, all at once, all around us. No warning. It just didn't add up.
Those horrific fires, known as the Tubbs Fire, destroyed 5,636 homes and businesses, almost double the previous record of 2,900 from the 1991 Tunnel Fire. And guess what? PG&E has been deemed responsible for fires in Santa Rosa on October 8th. The larger Tubbs Fire remains under investigation. Firefighters say the fires were started by sparks they saw coming from PG&E utility poles.
Well, for the first time, PG&E power lines are linked to at least two of the wine country wildfires.
The conclusion to Santa Rosa Fire Department's investigation? The strong winds caused PG&E power lines to arc, setting fire to the dry vegetation to two smaller fires in Santa Rosa. One that started on Sullivan Way near Howarth Park, burning two homes. The other destroyed an outbuilding at Brush Creek Montessori School.
Everything was on fire at the same time, including when we fled to Vacaville that night. The entire wall of the eastern hills south of Santa Rosa were all on fire at the same time. And I just don't see how it could have spread that fast, that far, and done that amount of damage in 2 to 4 hours.
Given the CBS News report cited earlier in this video claiming that a PG&E problem was the cause for the Malibu fires.
If their lines are involved, and this is once again a repeat pattern, then those people should go to jail.
Attorney Frank Petra has represented fire victims from San Bruno to Santa Rosa against PG&E.
It's easy to wonder if PG&E was also the culprit behind the massively devastating Tubbs Fire. We're talking tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars in liability for the Rothschild-controlled utility already, not even including the Tubbs Fire. So, California criminal governor Jerry Brown to the rescue. And here's the new information which should enrage you, especially when you consider the net worth of the Rothschilds is in the tens or hundreds of trillions of dollars. Criminal Governor Jerry Mandatory Vaccines Brown signed a measure allowing utilities like PG&E to bill their customers to pay for future legal settlements stemming from the devastating 2017 wildfires. You heard that right. Brown announced in late September of this year that he would sign the bill which is aimed at preventing bankruptcy for PG&E. And he did indeed sign it. Another bailout for the international banking elite, courtesy of the people they target. Also, President Trump was largely correct when he tweeted this: because the criminal California governor vetoed a 2016 wildfire management bill even as California burned. And as for PG&E, just another inept, incompetent, or worse, malicious and malevolent corporation operating with impunity with the guarantee they'll be bailed out by the very populace they harm. Ring any bells? This is exactly how Wall Street operates, and the 2008 TARP bailouts benefited the same criminals who caused the problem in the first place. Is it any wonder the Rothschilds are involved once again? This is a play directly from their Dr. Evil globalist playbook. Also worth mentioning is that the utility bailout bill signed by the California governor contained a stipulation that would require investor-owned utilities like PG&E to harden their equipment so it's less likely to cause fires and make it easier to clear dead trees and brush through controlled burns and other means. So did that happen? Did Rothschild's PG&E learn anything from the October 2017 fires? Evidently not.
We do know that electric company PG&E experienced a problem with an electrical transmission line near the site of the fire minutes before it broke out.
If their lines are involved, and this is once again a repeat pattern, then those people should go to jail.
Which brings us back to the question, why is this happening? Why are these fires getting exponentially worse? Why is the Mockingbird mainstream media trying to get you to accept and believe that these hell-on-earth fires are the new normal? Again, as I stated in my last video, Enemy at the Front Door, I want you to consider United Nations Agenda 21 and the goal to rewild California and the entire nation. The stated goal of that globalist, satanic agenda is to move human beings off of the land, out of the suburbs, and into huge regional megacities where they can be more easily controlled, like cattle. The elite, like Rothschild, seek to reshape North America in a plan that's so far-reaching and evil, you'd likely not believe it if they hadn't already admitted to it.
We found recently on the Rothschild website, and it's called Rothschild Global Advisory, and it was a press release on October 30th of 2017 out of New York. And it says Rothschild and Company names Homer Parkhill and Stephen Antonini to co-heads of restructuring North America.
A Rothschild plan to restructure North America. UN Agenda 21. Unprecedentedly furious and fast-moving fires. Cars and people incinerated, many burned alive while trying to escape.
These people got burned out in their cars like I almost did. Dead, dead, dead. Everybody here is dead. All 4 cars.
Are you getting angry yet?
Heavenly Father, please help us.
Is it possible that these fires are not merely the result of a benevolent corporation that's merely incompetent, but rather one that's far more sinister? Space weather, directed energy weapons, rewilding California when insurance companies will no longer insure because the risk is too high. People are beginning to ask the right questions.
Immediately, I knew that these fires weren't normal. I believed it had to be some kind of a military operation, and that is still my belief right now. I started looking up videos of the fires and saw how directed energy weaponry, also called DEW, D-E-W, laser is actually what it is. It's DEW microwave technology, and it's very well documented and it's patented. This is expensive, multi-billion-dollar corporate and governmental work here on these technologies.
Here's more proof positive. Blue laser lights, which people are reporting. We've got now at least 3 separate cell phone smart cameras identifying blue lasers on video, 1 from a helicopter and 2 from handheld cameras, as you can see right here.
These DEWs, I believe, have been used. Too many fires in 2 locations all at once, all burning as if set on fire at once.
It's very difficult for a normal, God-fearing human being to imagine anything this dastardly and evil being done on purpose. But friends, the 100% truth is this. There are some truly evil spiritual forces aligned against humanity, and the campfire, which consumed paradise and Malibu, brings us all the way back to Rothschild's PG&E.
We're learning a PG&E power line may have been a factor in this devastating fire.
Yeah, this is a potential replay of what happened in the wine country just over a year ago. Night Beat's Joe Vasquez is alongside. With what we know about this so far, Joe, this would be a devastating blow to the utility.
Spread the truth. Learn about United Nations Agenda 21. And if you live in California, get vocal and get active, because you are being targeted. Thanks for watching and spreading this information far and wide. And for real news 24/7, visit us at sgtreport.com.
In the history of Supreme Court nomination hearings, military tribunals have never been brought up. There was a 5-minute discussion, as you outlined, between Lindsey Graham and Brett Kavanaugh about the constitutionality of military tribunals. Yes, they've been used in our country's history. Are they constitutional? Yes. Could they be used again? Yes.